What is good, guys? It's your boy Ray J back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a quick technical analysis of Tesla. I'm going to talk about the overall price movement and what happened today. I'm going to go over what the media is saying about Tesla and what on earth happened in terms of its share price and what is probably going to happen on Monday based off technicals. So I'm going to give you my stock price prediction for Tesla. I'm also going to be talking about our other favorite company out there, which is NIO. I'm going to talk about what the media has said about NIO and what happened in terms of its overall price movement, and then I'm going to give you my stock price prediction for NIO for Monday. Before I get started, before I talk about Tesla and NIO, I have to mention two quick things. First of all, I'm not a financial legal or taxation expert, so do not take this as financial legal or taxation advice. Also, if you can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Some of us benefits the entire community as a whole. With all that said and done and out of the way, let's go on with the technical analysis of Tesla. So Tesla had this beautiful run up to the $760.61 range. Then it began to just straight up consolidate around the high 755. Around 755 is where the consolidation happened, and that it looked pretty good starting off, and then towards the very last few hours, it had this drop all the way down to around $736.40, which is where it closed down over 2.46%. So bringing up a Bollinger Band chart right over here, we can see it made very significant moves on the downside. You can see right over here, there was a significant movement, one standard deviation away from the mean given the data from below. Throughout the day, it was one standard deviation away from where it should have been, and towards the very end of the market hours, it closed around it dropped pretty low before closing a little bit up to one standard deviation away below the mean, and it ended up hitting the mean. So it was doing okay at the very end of closing, but overall it is down. And this was not a huge significant drop. It's down only 2.46%, but overall it is down, and it's very important to talk about why and what on earth is going on. But before you guys attack Tesla, before you say anything like that, look at Amazon, look at PayPal. My cursor is on right over here on the left. GME is down, NASDAQ down, PayPal down, Amazon down, Dogecoin down, Ethereum down. Everything has been down. To the entire market took a huge blow. And why did that happen? Well, before I talk about the overall market, let's just go over some pieces of news regarding Tesla. Basically, Tesla found a loophole to New Mexico's dumb ban by launching on tribal land. So you heard that right. Tesla is probably going to launch their first store and service center on tribal land, and that was pretty good news. That may have contributed as to why Tesla was, consolidating, doing well in the very beginning. But before anything else ended up happening, something ended up changing the overall price movement. So this is just news about New Mexico. Let's talk about something else, and that is the fact that Tesla's Model S Plaid sets production EV record at Germany's race course. So I can't say this name, so I apologize if I skipped it or said it wrong, but the Model S just set a new EV record, and that's absolutely awesome for Tesla. That could have been really good news for them. It was a 12.9-mile course, and they ended up completing it. They ended up beating the record by 12 seconds. They did the 12.9-mile lap in 7 minutes and 30.9 seconds. They beat the record by 12 seconds once again, which was set by a Porsche Taycan. But overall, this is really good for Tesla. This could have been pretty good news that caused the stock price to probably change, but that is not what happened today. Why was the entire market down? Well, there are many reasons as to why it's down. Obviously, this could be the start of a possible correction in the market, but also know that something big has come out. There have been many articles that recently came out about why the market is probably going to crash, why there's going to be a big correction happening. So this article right here states that Warren Buffett, for those of you who don't know, Warren Buffett is one of the best investors of all time, one of the richest men out there. And basically, he has a global market indicator and hit a record 142%, signaling stocks are too expensive and could crash. So to make this very simple, to simplify it, basically, this is the worldwide Buffett indicator. Here's the global version of it. You basically take the global market cap and divide it by the global GDP. And right over here, you could see what the indicator showed. So the last time it was this high was around the year 2007, I would say, 2007 to 2008. And that's when people expected the market to crash because the market cap divided by GDP was extremely high, which means not only were stock price overvalued, but there were a lot of things going on in the housing market. You guys know about creditors and all the things happening, which led to the market crash of 2008. And there were obviously many other factors, and the 2008 market crash also went in well into 2009. As you can see, it went up just a little bit, and then overall it's been on its way, stepping its way up, and it's reached this extreme all-time high, at least in the recent history, to about 142%. So because it's this high, this is an indicator that the market is overvalued. And because the market is this overvalued, especially because of what has happened over the past year to year and a half, we know about what happened in the year 2020. And overall, the stock market ended up actually reaching highs despite that. So the time for a correction may be upon us. It may happen in the upcoming weeks, the upcoming months, and maybe even in early 2022. So that could be a little bit bad for many of these blue chip stocks, really bad for companies like Tesla, because this did bring the overall stock price down. But this has nothing, little to nothing to do with fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals. Tesla doing something wrong is not what caused this. This is Tesla going down with the overall market. So you have to be very concerned about what's happening in the overall market if you want to be concerned about what's happening. Do not blame Tesla for this. Do not bash them for this. This is out of their control. This is an external factor that caused this. And this actually has a very similar trend throughout the entire market, not just the market, but the crypto market as well. Check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin was down over 4.99% and still is down. It was in the red. Ethereum down over 8.8%, Dogecoin down over 7.65%, Amazon's down 0.2. PayPal and all these companies are just getting destroyed. But if you look at Tesla is down about 2.46% and it's down about $18. So this was a little different from where I predicted it. I predicted Tesla would have a red day. My prediction was correct. I just thought that it had lots and lots of resistance around 750 and it wouldn't be too far from that. So I predicted it would be around here, but ended up going a lot more lower than that. And this is not solely based off technical analysis. Once again, it's based off something that's out of control of technicals. So for my stock price prediction, I do think that Tesla still has massive potential and could easily come back to the $750 range, maybe even on Monday. But it depends on how the overall market is doing. So if the overall market can bring Tesla down, but remember, Tesla does have lots and lots of support at 730. So if Tesla were to drop more, it would have support around 730, so I wouldn't be surprised. But overall, I do think Monday is going to be a green day. Tesla should be back to the 740s quite easily if the market allows it to happen. With that said and done, I gave you my prediction for Tesla. And once again, that's a short-term prediction. We cannot forget about how Tesla is a long-term stock we're investing in. It's going to surpass $1,000 maybe by next year, but you just have to give it time. You have to give it patience, and you have to be prepared for this correction in the market. It's literally happening to all the stocks out there. It's normal, but overall, guys, we wait long-term. We're intelligent investors, and we do not let our emotions get the best of us. Additionally, I want to talk about NIO. NIO had this beautiful run up to the $39.52 range, just as I had predicted, and I did think that once it reached the 39s, it would consolidate and close around the mid $38 range. That's where I thought NIO would have closed at, but it ended up going even lower than that. And if we bring up a Bollinger Band chart right over here, we can see that it did make some significant movements on the downside. You can see it was down one standard deviation away from the mean for the majority of the time it was crashing, and it did end up crashing over 1.22%, which is not necessarily a bad crash, guys, because NIO has resistance. NIO is still doing well. A lot of people are buying the dip at the price. There are many institutionalized investors that are getting involved. So NIO did have this big run up, and overall, it probably would have been green if this didn't happen. This is an exclusive factor as it went down with the overall market. So do not bash NIO for it. This article came out from the Motley Fool, which says that why was NIO up today? So there was good news that happened, and that's the fact that NIO is actually raising over $2 billion as they are going to be selling some of their shares to the US market, and that's A-OK. It's totally all right. And the reason NIO is doing that is they're trying to get started with the ES8 electric SUVs in July. They're not only going to be starting that, but they're going to expand their production, and how they're going to expand it is going to actually be affected by the Norway factory that they're actually working on. The global chip supply did have a negative effect on them, but overall they're just improving their fundamentals. They're using the money to expand their factory work and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to go into too much specific details, but I want you to know that NIO is doing well. They're raising even more capital, and they're ready to expand their business, expand in other countries, and improve their cars, and so on and so forth. So they're adding this cash cushion, which actually was looked at as a good thing and a bad thing simultaneously, but that should have brought NIO up, especially as it was red, I believe yesterday, maybe 2 days ago too, it had that red day. This is why NIO had this big run up, and NIO should have been in the green today. It should have been around the 39, maybe close to 40 today, but the market brought it down. So for my stock price prediction, I do think that NIO could easily recover and come back to the $39 range. Easily, quite easily, it can do that, but if the market doesn't allow it to happen, then it won't necessarily happen. But I just want you to know that I'm not this genius, you know, fortune teller. I don't know if the market's going to crash again. Then overall market's going to be red on Monday. But if it isn't red, NEO could easily be green and have a comeback to the $39 range. If it is red, NEO could have more downside and test the $37.50 level of support. So with that said and done, guys, I did give you my prediction. I do think that we're going to be in the green. I do think NEO could approach 39 again for Monday. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are more days like this when the overall market is down because of what the Warren Buffett indicator has been showing. The global indicator is showing that many stocks are overvalued. And even though NEO has done little to nothing wrong to cause this, they are being affected by the overall market. So this is just what happens in the stock market. And the way we recover is we keep on buying the dips. I can't give financial advice, but I'm simply saying that we buy, we hold, and we wait for the long term. Patient investors are intelligent investors. Do not let your emotions get the best of you. We simply see this as a buying opportunity. Our favorite stocks are on sale. With that said and done, I want to thank you so much for listening, guys. Stay strong. Have a great rest of the day, and I will most definitely see you on the next one. Peace out.